I'm Emily Sparks. I'm an energy mindset coach, and I help people line up their energy, deepen their intuition, and make more money. Welcome to part 4 of 4 Easy Tools for Transformation. Just turn that off. This week, we're talking about the tool of tapping. Excuse me. Let's pull up my notes right here. So, tapping is something that I learned years and years ago. Before it kind of got big and Nick Ortner took it to the world. And it's a crazy effective tool. Really handy to have in your toolbox. And I'm so glad that so many people know about it now. All tapping really is using your fingers to tap gently on parts of your body. These parts correspond to the meridian energy system. And that's kind of how it kind of works. You're accessing the meridian energy system. When we have super intense emotions, and especially when we're pushing them down and trying not to feel them, we can compress them and form these little kind of nodes of energy in our bodies and energy systems. I really talked a lot about this on last week's video, The Power of Forgiveness. And tapping is another way to kind of access those nodes and take the emotional charge off of things. It works really, really well when you are experiencing the emotion. Say hello if you're there. Hopefully the comments work this week. So when you're in the middle of the emotion, that's when the best time is to use tapping. Hi, Bunny. Thanks for joining me. I found that tapping doesn't work as well when you're not experiencing the emotion you're trying to clear. Hello, Sharon. Thanks for joining me, you guys. So when you're feeling super anxious, really nervous, you're having a really intense emotional response, this is when it's ideal to use tapping, in the moment. And what's happening is as you're tapping the points, all the points that are on your face and hands, you are telling your body and your nervous system to kind of take things down. I don't remember the exact science behind it because it was years and years ago that I learned this. But there is tons of resources on tapping and lots of really well-trained up tappers you can find these days. Tapping also works seriously well, really awesome, combined with some of these other tools I've talked about. So if you use it well and call on the violet flame, if you're using it and you access the whole Ho'oponopono, those type of things, they work really well. It's a great tool for clearing out old junk that's in your energy systems and in your kind of emotional baggage, as it were. Where tapping really shines is it is a fantastic tool for acknowledging and moving through feelings. Oh my goodness, something's changing. So, because we all know that what we focus on, we get in our lives, but it's also important to feel our feelings and not feel them. So tapping is really, that's where tapping shines, is it helps you kind of acknowledge stuff we've kind of pushed away and pulled back and move through it and let it go. Bunny says, I try to use it in my school setting with anxious students. Yes, tapping is really great with kids because they can get it and they understand it and they use it. I had someone, when I created this event for this live video, say her 3-year-old does tapping, and it's just it's adorable. Oh my god. So when you tap through whatever emotion you're feeling, it's important to then tap some positive things in, so that, because we're leaving our focus on the positive. Generally, tapping, when you work on a deep issue through it, it can leave you feeling kind of emotionally drained. This is actually a really good sign because it means you've shifted out a bunch of stuff. There are so many videos on YouTube that you can tap along with. They've got different tapping scripts, and you just kind of watch the video and you tap along and you say the words with them. Margaret Lynch is really my favorite of these. She's a money tapper, and some of her stuff as far as digging up old childhood parental things is really fabulous for changing your money stories. Tapping can also work really well for physical symptoms. Nick Ortner, who brought tapping to kind of the modern age, I believe his story was something around he had a crazy bad headache at work in his job, and he just did some tapping on it and it went away, and he was amazed at the power of this tool. And it works on physical symptoms partially because physical symptoms are often just a side effect of an emotional, mental, spiritual pattern that's manifesting in the physical. So it's important to, when you're tapping on physical symptoms, tap on that, but also leave it open enough to access these other patterns that are causing the physical symptoms. Bunny says she loves Brad Yates. I'm not super familiar with him, but I've heard the name before. So yeah, like whoever you find that you really love, who does great scripts, go for that. One thing tapping is also super excellent for is for working and cultivating self-love and self-acceptance, because you can just tap right on that, and it's in fact one of the keystone phrases of I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And if you've struggled with this in your life, as I have over a bunch of the years, the first time I was tapping and I said these phrases, it was like the tears were just pouring down, and my body was like, no, no, no. And there was so much resistance and horribleness in that because it was such a big thing that I'd struggled with for so long. And now I say it and it feels like, yep, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I get that kind of glowy, awesome feeling of, yes, this is true. So, back to this notes here. Yes. Do we have any other questions? It's like tapping is something a lot of people know about these days, so, but some people still don't. All right. If there's no questions, let us do some tapping. I was just planning to do some tapping on some money stuff, but if anyone of you guys live have a topic that you'd like to work on, just let me know. Money stuff is always good. Everybody always wants more money. So when you are not in the thick of the emotions that you want to tap on, it is often useful to start with the side of the, what the hell is that? Side of the hand point. Words! Woo! So you don't have to. I know a lot of videos on YouTube, they miss this, they skip this point. But if you're not in feeling the emotion, or if you haven't kind of pulled into your thoughts the idea of what you're wanting to tap on to change, it's helpful to start with this point. So if you would like to follow along, as we're going to do a couple of rounds around tapping and releasing any kind of money things in the way, we're going to get some words here. Stuff is already changing. So on this side of your hand, either hand, it doesn't matter, and you can use, as we go through the points, you can use both hands, you can use one hand or the other. It really doesn't matter, whatever kind of working well for you. And also when you do tapping, you don't have to say words when you're doing it, especially if you're in a thick of an emotional response. You can just be like, I'm feeling really nervous and I'm accepting this feeling, or you can just tap through the points and keep breathing. Find out what works best for you. So here we go. Even though I'm not making the amount of money that I want to make, I'm choosing to love and accept myself. Oh my goodness. Yawning for me is a sign of release, though. Even though I'm not making the amount of money that I want to make, I'm choosing to love and accept myself. And even though I'm not making the amount of money I want to make, I'm choosing to love and accept myself. Let me go to your eyebrow. I'm not making the money I want to make. It's not flowing the way I want it to flow. I must have some old beliefs. I wonder what these beliefs could be. I wonder if I could know what they are right now. This is a collarbone point, kind of right where your collarbone is. I would like to clear these beliefs now. Because I deserve to make the money that I want to make. And you're just tapping very gently. You're not like begging yourself. I know that I am abundant in my birthright. It's part of the package of getting a human body. Abundance belongs to all of us. And it expands proportionately to our own desires. I want to tap in to that abundance. And I want to receive it into my life now. I choose to believe that I can do this with ease. Hello, Angela. Money is simply energy. And it does not judge. It's just energy. I can choose to access this energy. And I choose to do it now. No words there. I choose to release all that's holding me back from accessing the frequency of abundance. And I access the frequency of abundance, of money, now. All right, so once you've gone through, that was I think 3 rounds. And you can keep repeating the same phrase as you're going through the different points. Or you can use words as they come up, which I kind of did right there. If you do some journaling prior to some tapping and some kind of digging as to why there's these patterns are there, then you can go into tapping using those specific phrases and things you discovered. Or like if you're working on, it's hard for me to make money, like you have to work hard for money, that kind of type of pattern, then you would tap along, I know I have this pattern, it's hard to make money. I'm acknowledging this pattern, I'm choosing to release it now. I'm releasing it all now. And sometimes when you're doing this, there will be a lot of emotions that'll come up because you're giving it space to come up and be released. All these little kind of energy nodes that we've formed. So having reactions is quite common. And not having reactions is also common because everybody's different. Does anybody have any questions about that? Oh my goodness, stuff is changing so much. Let me see. So the tapping that we did there, the words I got were, I was expecting to get some kind of more deeper words and then some more positive words, but that one we just went through was fairly all over the place as far as releasing some stuff and accessing new stuff. So it's different every time, but it's a fairly basic, easy to use tool, and I super highly recommend it. You don't really want to, when you're tapping, you're not like banging, you're going very soft, like softer than you would squeeze a fruit to see if it's ripe, that kind of pressure. And if you are in a place where you are having an emotional reaction, but you would feel self-conscious about like touching your face and whatever and going through the points, you can also visualize yourself doing it in your mind, but this gets a little bit tricky if you're not used to doing that kind of stuff, because your mind makes it real. So generally it's just easier to tap through the points, but you can visualize yourself, like think about yourself just doing it. Like right now, I'm tapping the center of my forehead. And it works too. All right. I think I touched on everything I really had to talk about tapping. And then, oh my goodness, lots of stuff changing. So yesterday when I was kind of preparing what I was going to say for this, I was very much nudged to do a guided visual meditation with you all on this video. So just spend a couple seconds here thinking about something you are desiring. Because we're going to go find a future self who has it already. And it can be anything you want. So, come on, notes, where are you here? So if there's something you desire that you don't yet have, that's what we're looking for right now. You don't have to type it or anything, but just kind of get an essence of it. And it doesn't have to be super specific. It could be as broad as my 6-figure business self, my 7-figure business self, myself who has the amount of money coming in every month that she wants, that I want. Myself who's in the most amazing relationship. Whatever it is, kind of just spend a moment and get a sense of it right now, so that you kind of know what it's like, or you have an intention that we can set forward. It's really what we're looking for, because we're going to go connect with the future self who has that. It's a very big topic to get in here, but essentially there's many worlds parallel running. Every time we have a choice, we make a new kind of energetic place. So we can find places where other of us have accessed and done things that current of us didn't do, because we made the other choice. And neither is good or bad, but it is a neat trick to use to find the energy of and the feeling place of what we're looking to manifest in our current life. Because somewhere, some timeline, one of us has it. Super cool, quantum physics-y, mind-bending stuff, but I love it. So if you have your intention now, and it's safe for you to do so, please close your eyes, take some deep breaths, maybe roll your shoulders back once or twice. We're just going to take a gentle couple-minute guided meditation. So our teams of guides are all here and ready to guide us. Help us find our specific future self, alternate self, who already has the desire we want. And just kind of visualize yourself zooming out into the darkness of space and time. And as you look down, you can see lots of golden threads and pathways, different choices. And now we intend to connect with an alternate self from any dimension that has already accomplished our desire. And put out that desire and intention in your mind now. And in the count of 3, we will be connected with that future self. And we will have a virtual etheric coffee conversation with them. And there they will imprint upon us the knowledge of the specific things they did to get to where they are. And we will sit in the energy of having already accomplished this thing. Really feel it. And I will be quiet for a few minutes. So now I'm going to count to 3 and we will meet our alternate selves. 1, 2, 3. Really just get the feeling of what it feels like to have that. Now our teams help us make an energetic blueprint that we download into our energy systems that are encoded with all that we need to get to what we desire from our intention. Install and activate that. Ooh. And if you have any last things to say to this alternate self, say them now. Or hear what they have to say now. Now we thank our alternate selves and all of our teams for helping us with this today. And we begin the process of coming back to current self in the body, wherever we happen to be. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the room. So, how was that for you? I connected even though I was facilitating, and it was like, when we installed the blueprint for me, I got kind of like shivers and like, woo, it felt really great. My eyes got a little bit teary, but that usually happens for me. And I kind of feel right now a little bit kind of like buzzed and excited. If anyone has anything to share around what that experience was like for you, please do so in the comments, live or on the replay. I will check all the comments later. And that was the awesome connect with what you desire. I have some new packages of how to work with me that I've put together, and I'm super excited about them because I'm really focused on the results that I help people to get. So I have a package of 3, and then I have a very long package of like once a week for 12 weeks. And we're going to use some of these tools I've been teaching, as well as a bunch of the other ones, and my energy pattern clearing magic that works so effectively on these patterns. We're going to clear out all the junk that's in your way. We're going to get your mindset working, and you're feeling amazing, successful mindset going, and completely like change your life and your money patterns and get you where you want to be. And if you don't quite know yet where you want to be, we can get some intuitive guidance from the intuitive coaching part and like help you narrow it down and give you stuff and steps, specific guidance steps to get to where it is you think you want. Because some people, they have some trouble with setting goals and finding goals, or they just don't quite know how to do it yet. And I love to help people with this, and I just like, it's so much fun. So I'm offering 10 free coaching calls if you want to experience what it's like to have a coaching session with me with some little bit of pattern clearing, pattern identifying, and connecting up to your guys and teams who already know what you want and how the best way to get you there. So we will get the knowledge from them. We'll give you specific steps. And I'll put a link in the comments on Facebook here if you want to take one of those 10 free calls with me. Yeah, I'm super excited. I so love to help empower people to get to where they want to be in their lives, and it just like, it lights me up, and I get to use all my awesome stuff. I want to thank you all for being here with me for this series. It was super fun to connect with you these weeks, and yeah, if you ever want anything, message me on Facebook or find me at sparkthejoy.com. Thank you.